Creepy Nickelodeon showrunner Dan Schneider just released an interesting statement. Obviously, in the past week or so, Dan Schneider has been under extreme scrutiny because of the kids' shows that he worked on, and the pedophiles that were employed and worked for him. Dan Schneider in the past has been scrutinized himself for his extremely creepy behavior. I'm sure you've seen the Ariana Grande clips that are floating around that he produced. There have also been countless stories of Dan's bizarre behavior on set, him allegedly asking minors for shoulder rubs and other things, and rumors have been floating around for years that he's a creep. Well, Nickelodeon parted ways with Dan Schneider years ago when these allegations started to surface. But because of the renewed attention brought to Nickelodeon through the new series that was released, Dan Schneider felt like he needed to make a statement on all of this. So here's what his representative had to say. I'm going to read you this statement. Everything that happened on the shows Dan ran was carefully scrutinized by dozens of involved adults and approved by the network. If there was an actual problem with the scenes that some people, now years later, are sexualizing, they would be taken down, but they are not. They are aired constantly all over the world today still, enjoyed by both kids and parents. So I'm going to stop that right there for a second. Dan Schneider's statement, his representative, is blaming us for sexualizing the scenes, the viewer, not taking any blame for including or putting this content in there in the first place. The statement then continues, remember, all stories, dialogue, costumes, and makeup were fully approved by network executives on two coasts. A standards and practices group read and ultimately approved every script, and programming executives reviewed and approved all episodes. In addition, every day on every set, there were always parents and caregivers and their friends watching filming and rehearsals. The statement concludes with them saying, unfortunately, some adults project their adult minds onto kids' shows, drawing false conclusions about them. That statement should offend not only you, but your intelligence as well. Dan Schneider is basically saying that we, the viewers, are the ones that are creating these problems with the content that don't exist. He's basically gaslighting us. He's saying that we are seeing things in the content that don't exist. All you have to do is go watch the videos with Ariana Grande, for example. That's just one of so many examples. By the way, I posted them on my TikTok. And you will see that we are not making things up here. I don't know, I just thought this was an extremely bizarre move from Dan to actually make this specific statement. And I don't know, do you agree with me? Do you agree with Dan that we are just seeing things and that none of the content at all is inappropriate? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. And if you like true crime content, then you should listen to the podcast Murder in America that I co-host with my wife, Courtney. It's available on all streaming platforms.